Well, before we get into football, I do want to thank everybody for putting this whole thing together. Gene Smith and our administration for allowing this to happen. Shalane Warren, Kevin Gilson, and their staff for getting the arena ready. And I think all the people for marketing, social media, trademark and branding, for the retro theme help. It was a fun night, and something we anticipate doing on a regular basis. Obviously, the Schottenstein Center is our home, and we recognize that. But this was a fun night for I think our fans and our basketball community and Buckeye Nation. As far as the game, I give Cleveland State a lot of credit. I thought they really physically challenged us and were the tougher team, certainly for 20 minutes of the game. But it was good for us. It was good to see us respond, and I can't wait to sit back tomorrow and be a fan. And I'm going to be one heck of a fan. I'm looking forward to this. Obviously, first game to be a part of. I'm going to sit back and scream at the officials and maybe have an adult beverage. Oh, hold on, the game's at noon, right? Okay, maybe not. Check that. But I am going to enjoy being a fan and supporting our group and our guys, Hall of Fame coaching, head coach and coaching staff. I'm just excited about kind of sitting back and watching this one. So, questions?
Does the jacket have matching pants? And why didn't you wear them?
The jacket does not have matching. The story behind the jacket is I do have a tailor. He does a great job. He said, "Hey, is there a special game you'd want a special jacket?" And I was like, "No, I'm good. Dark suit, scarlet tie. Most games, I'm good with that." My wife, unfortunately, was in the room, and she piped in and said, "Yeah, we got a game over in St. John Arena, so let's make a special jacket for that." I got it about a month ago, and finally put it on today. Walked downstairs, looked in the mirror, and I had some serious second thoughts. If my wife was not there pushing me out the door, I'd probably get to see me in a dark suit.
And you mentioned that, I guess, you want to try to make this an annual thing if you can. Would you ever consider playing like a Big Ten game here, playing a Michigan State here, something with, no offense to Cleveland State, but a game where you might need a home court advantage?
Yeah, it's something we have talked about a little bit. Just mine, thank you. We have talked about it a little bit and kind of tossed around that idea. I think we want to get some feedback on how this night was, and I know logistically it's a lot of work. There are questions about the amenities, but it's not something that we've said no to. Like we've considered it though, and is it something we'll do? Would we do 2 games a year? I don't think it'd be more than that, but I do think we'd like to make it an annual thing, and we have talked about potentially a Big Ten part.
Caleb's given you 18 and 19 and 19 the last 3 games. What is he starting to do consistently that he's able to put up production like that?
I think some of it is he's done a really good job sealing. He's done a good job getting deep and being effective and scoring the ball. Some of that too has been a byproduct of he hasn't gotten trapped as much. And it's what but he has to understand, which I think he does, and what people have to understand is, Caleb's the kind of, he understands how to play. If there are 2 guys on him, he's going to pass the ball out. So there's some teams that are just going to try to really limit his scoring, and he's going to have to recognize that and be able to make the right basketball play. So that's been a byproduct too. He's seen a little bit more single coverage since David. He's done a great job handling it.
You talked about them matching you physicality-wise for about 20 minutes. How did you address the offensive rebounding at halftime? Because it seemed to be better this time.
I just thought they were beating us out of a lot of loose balls, and we just challenged them with that. And I think I wanted our older guys to challenge our group. We got beat to a lot of loose balls. Give Cleveland State credit for that. but we have to be better in that area. We really do, and it's a major concern for us.
Chris, I think you went all the way to 10 deep in the first half. Was that the plan, or was that just frustration maybe with the way the game kind of started there?
A little bit of both. Yeah, a little bit of both. Frustrating with a couple moments. I thought guys came in and gave us pretty good. I thought Justin came in and gave us pretty solid minutes there for a minute or two, but it was a little bit of both.
And then CJ finally got going after a couple rough games offensively. How important is that for you going into a game where you're going to play a top 25 opponent in Syracuse?
Listen, we have a really, really challenging stretch ahead of us, and really challenging. I think everybody who's in the Big Ten does, because you have this game as well as the Big Ten schedule coming up. So it was good. You know, for him, he's got to continue to practice at a higher level. And he did a great job going through a lot of film work with Ryan Peden yesterday. I think that helped, and he's just got to continue to make strides in terms of his floor game and his overall play. I thought he was better tonight.
A lot of players have said that, I mean, the offensive game plan is more find kind of the big guy in the middle, find Caleb. And how important has that been for him to find kind of that kind of bigger kind of presence down in the paint, even despite not having as much size as you thought you would heading into the year?
Yeah, I thought our team has done a pretty good job recognizing that and looking for him. They really have. I've been really pleased with this group. He's done a good job working and sealing. They've done a good job finding him. And I think if teams try to take that away, like Creighton did and some other teams have through traps or double teams, we got to make the next right play.
You kind of already mentioned it, but offensive rebounding, is that one of your top kind of worries moving forward? Especially with, Kyle Young had a presence down low offense in terms of offensive rebounds, but is that a big worry for you moving forward?
Their offensive rebound, our defensive rebounding?
No, your offensive rebounding, allowing them to get second, or you not getting as many second chance points opportunities.
Yeah. You know, I think we have to get better in that area. I have a bigger concern about our defensive rebounding than I do our offensive rebounding, but we do have to do a better job of getting on both ends of the glass.
Coach, also on the defensive side, you held Cleveland State to 35% shooting on the night, but on the flip side of that, committed 21 personal fouls. Is there anything that needs changed to play that quality, consistent defense without fouling?
We just have to have more discipline in what we do. Some of our wall ups, and we got some verticality fouls tonight, and we work on it consistently. We obviously need to work on it more. They did a good job kind of putting their head down, but we just need to be more disciplined with that.
I know that you're excited to watch the football game tomorrow, but from a recruiting perspective, how has it been recruiting during football season, and did you get more interest from people coming to this game, recruits?
Did we get more interest for this particular game? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
How much?
Significant. The one difference with this game, and my understanding is it's always this weekend, is most guys are playing. Now, we had DJ Carton and Alonzo Gaffney here, but most of our recruits are playing this weekend. So it's really hard. We wanted to get them here for this game and obviously tomorrow's game. We just haven't been able to get as many as we'd like because they're playing. So that's unfortunate because they're going to miss an unbelievable atmosphere and tremendous game.
From your perspective, leading up to the game, is there anything you guys do different preparation-wise when you're playing at St. John versus the Shot?
Just practiced here twice and try to get familiar with things. That's the biggest thing. Just practiced here and spent some time here. It's a great venue. You know, I thought it was terrific. I mean, it's a 10 out of a 10 for me in terms of this experience and the environment and the feel of the game and the building. I thought it was fantastic.
A couple things. In the first half, you took a timeout, it seemed, because maybe some bad decision making at the offensive end, some ball maybe not in the right place, and bad shots, and they scored 7 straight points, and you called a timeout. Just what was some of your thought about what you were seeing at that point?
It was what you said, some decision making and some shot selection that really hurt us in the first half. So we were trying to address that.
Is that what you're going to see out of a young team at times? Just kind of yeah, the idea kind of goes out of their head of what they should be doing.
Yes. It does.
Second half, you called another one, and it seemed like your team had been lulled into trading baskets.
Yes.
At that point, just again, is that the commitment to defense the entire time? Was that what, I mean, you called timeout after you scored,
Yeah.
I assume to refocus the team.
Yeah, I did. I thought we were really fatigued and we got really loose defensively. I think we had 3 or 4 possessions where it was we score, they score, we score, they score, and we got beaten transition a couple times. So, you know, I had an NBA coach tell me one time he calls a timeout as soon as they score the first transition basket. They get scored on the first transition basket. I'm not going to quite do that because timeouts aren't as we don't have as many, but that was part of the reason.
Dwayne started the season out really solid, shooting the ball in his last 2 games. He's kind of struggled a little bit. 1 for 6 tonight. Is it just keep shooting with him?
Yeah.
He shoots so well?
Keep taking good ones. Stay aggressive. Stay aggressive. Keep taking good ones. And people are going to be a little more aware of him now because of some of the games he's had, so he's got to adjust to that. You know, we've got to do some things to continue to work with him. He's got to be patient. It's hard when you're as aggressive as he is. He's got to be patient. I thought he took a couple ones that were just, you know, I'm coming in. I want to make an impact, and he's got to be a little more patient. But he'll be fine. We just got to continue to work with him on that. He's such a weapon coming off the bench with shooting roll.
Okay, last one. How did Kyle's early foul trouble affect the rotation? It seemed like he was maybe in a little bit of flow and he had to sit.
Yeah, he was active. He was probably our most active interior guy. I could have put him. I had no problem playing guys with 2 fouls. I've done it quite a bit, but I did want to see some of our other guys play a little bit, and maybe that hurt us a little bit. But I was okay with that, so that's why I sat him for those 2 fouls.
All right, thanks.
Okay, thanks guys. Go Bucks.